Is the waiting for Silksong getting too long? Yes and no. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room, Hollow Knight Silksong. It was first announced on February 14, 2019 through a reveal trailer. The development of the game, however, began shortly after the release of Hollow Knight in 2017, meaning that Silksong has now been in development for roughly 8 years. When compared to the original Hollow Knight, which took around 3 years to complete, this timeline might seem excessively long. But the situation isn't as simple as it seems on the surface. When Hollow Knight was being developed, Team Cherry reportedly worked around the clock, day and night, pushing the boundaries of indie game development. Over those 3 years, they likely made progress that under normal circumstances would have taken much longer. The result was a masterpiece, and no one can argue that those intense hours didn't pay off. However, it's crucial to remember that this kind of development pace is unstable. After pouring so much into their first major project, Team Cherry more than deserved to take a break. Yet, this leads to the heart of the issue. It's not so much that the waiting itself is frustrating the fans. Rather, it's the lack of communication. As passionate followers of the series, we can be patient. What many fans are asking for is more transparency. On May 10, 2023, the community received a long-awaited update, though it wasn't the news many had hoped for. Team Cherry's marketing and PR head, Aleth, informed us via Twitter that Silksong was delayed. While this wasn't unexpected given the scope and the ambition of the game, the message confirmed that the game was still not ready for release. Let assured the fans that more information would come once the game was closer to completion, and this time the information will come straight from Team Cherry. A few months later, we learned that Let has started his second playthrough, a promising sign that development was progressing well, but in the year and a half since the update, we had radio silence from Team Cherry. Many of us understand that the team is doing its best to create another incredible experience and that the pressure of following up on a critically acclaimed game like Hollow Knight must be immense, but that doesn't completely justify the total lack of communication with the fanbase. Other indie developers seem to manage consistent communication with their communities even when progress is slow. Wyvern, another YouTuber who recently made a video on Silksong, touched on this as well. He drew comparison between Team Cherry's communication approach and that of other indie studios, such as the developers behind Stardew Valley and Terraria. These developers have managed to keep their fans in the loop even with simple updates like small tweaks or new features being worked on. They post regular updates whether through blog posts, tweets, or even sneak peeks into new content. Fans of Stardew Valley and Terraria never felt left out because they knew that work is happening behind the scenes. This raises the question, why can't Team Cherry do the same? Now, this isn't to suggest that Team Cherry owes us constant updates or that we're entitled to know every detail about the development process, but even small gestures, perhaps a single screenshot of a new enemy design, a quick tweet about upcoming features, or even just brief messages that say "still working hard on Silksong, can't wait to share more information with you soon," would go a long way towards reassuring the community. It's not about spoiling the surprise or rushing the theme, it's about maintaining a relationship with the fans, many of whom have been waiting patiently for years. What's truly remarkable is that despite the lack of communication, the passion for Silksong hasn't died out. In fact, it's a testament to the strength of Hollow Knight and its community that even now, people remain excited. We've seen many videos and articles discussing how the Silksong hype might be fading, but I know without a doubt that the moment Team Cherry drops even the smallest tidbit of news, the excitement will reignite instantly. The community will flood back to the hype train, myself included. Let's be honest, it's not just about the wait. It's about the anticipation. After all, we've seen what they can accomplish when they put in the time and effort, and we'd rather wait for another masterpiece than to release a half-finished product. The issue lies in the silence. The longer the silence stretches, the more fans begin to speculate, worry, or lose faith, and that's something that could easily be addressed with just a little more engagement from the developers. So, to sum it all up, yes, the wait for Silksong is long, and yes, the lack of communication is frustrating, but ultimately, I don't mind if Team Cherry takes another 2 years or even longer. If that's what it takes to finish Silksong, the way they envisioned it, so be it. What I do hope is that they will start to engage with their fanbase more, giving us occasional updates to remind us that they're still hard at work. In the end, we all want the same thing, for Silksong to be the best game it can be. And I think most fans would agree. If that means waiting a little longer, so be it. But keeping the community in the loop would go a long way toward making this wait a little easier for everyone.